and you can't do anything about it. We're gonna kill the heroes in the arena, and the heroes outside arena can't do shit. Tidehunter kind of says no to that, because unless you're popping BKB preemptively, he's just gonna buy that flat 4 seconds of time for his team to regroup and the walls of the arena to come down. So we'll have to see how that interaction plays out specifically for this game. I don't know how well of a lane this Tide is gonna get, especially since he's not gonna be able to pressure 23 here. No Pango, no win, smile. We'll see whether that's the case. I'm not too sure whether that's a necessarily yeah, they're just commenting on the Pango like, oh, you can play as Pango, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, imagine a mid laner only playing Pango. Couldn't be NA.
Yeah, no, I know nobody like this.
Yeah, no, couldn't be a prolific NA player who's abandoned the scene.
Dude. Abandoned the scene? That's harsh.
He abandoned NA, dude. What
Relax, everybody's moving all around.
To be fair, if you are looking out for yourself and you want to improve as a player, most NA teams are scrimming and playing in EU anyways. So yeah, it just seems like a natural transition for NA players at this point.
For sure, for sure. Okay, so we talked about execration. Execration. I'm gonna be confused there because of some of the names. Palos. My bad. We talked about Darleng going back to the drawing board. Well, they went back to their drawing board with their existing strategies and picked the second one, which is this Lina carry. Well, but they haven't really brought it out in the closed qualifiers so far, but open qualifiers, that's what they were running, and they were very comfortable on it too. And this Ogre Magi is the big question mark for me, because I understand what it does in this game. It's bodyguard for the Lina in the lane. But later on, it's kind of hard to navigate the engagements. We'll have to see what Yoting can get done.
And this is a great Rubik game on the counter to that, right? Hard Ogre game. This has got to be one of the best Rubik games I've seen in a while.
Yeah. You got Orb, you got LSA. I mean, hell, even Gush is pretty neat and nifty if you wanna. And I mean,
Blast off, Dead in the Water against Puck. There's a lot.
Literal Ravage. If you could steal it, that just ruins the entire team fight for the side of Darling. As Ollie will start laying into Bosco. This was the plan for the Enchantress all along. Just be able to trade up into the techies and whatever offlaner that was selected. They should still have a nice time here. Dude, that Christmas set is so cute. Look at that bag of goodies.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. That's one of the, like, if I played Alchemist, that's one of the sets I'd be buying. I don't care if it's 20 bucks.
Look, let's be real here. We know about the Dota economy. It ain't gonna be 20 bucks. It's gonna be a much more expensive. Oh, is it?
Well,
is that what's sitting at right now?
It's around that. Yeah, it's around like 20, 30, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I think the AA set was the most expensive. I think that's sitting around like 35 or something like that.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I haven't looked.
My must buy was the Tusk one, because the words that
I'm gonna be getting that one too.
It's so funny. Christmas is over. We're into New Year.
Yes.
Okay? Get over it, Crash.
Dude, it's always Fistmas though. Are you kidding me?
That's
like,
true. That's true.
That's the funniest line I've ever heard in my entire life, dude.
It's also kind of weird to say out loud in like no context.
Yeah, it is.
For now though, mid lane, no surprise at all that Amel is doing okay. That's one of the benefits of the Koto mid. He's gonna blast the wave, move back, stack the camp. Blast the wave, rinse and repeat, right? And there's not much counterplay to that. That's kind of what made Koto such a strong pick a couple of metas ago.
I think there's still a little place for Coddle in this meta, right? There's a lot of magic damage coming out this meta, right? We already see it from Darling's draft, right? How heavy magic damage focused they are. Obviously, Lina has the ability to kind of be a hybrid, as well as the Tidehunter, but still, right? Puck, Techies, Ogre, these are big magic damage dealers. And Aurora, they're going to be looking for someone to be able to pipe this game almost certainly, or at least a few Glimmer Capes. But that's where heroes like Techies comes into play. Coddle as well, like this spell amplification goes a long way. This is why Veil and Shivas are so good right now.
Absolutely. I mean, all these, it really just started, damage amplification mechanics, we talked about this already. Straight up busted, honestly. Every time they're in the game, suddenly all these metrics, it's kind of like Bounty Hunter and Alchemist with the gold sort of manipulation, right? All these little ways of just completely altering the trajectory of the game. Sure, you have a level 4 spell that's supposed to do 400 damage, you get 20% spell amp, suddenly it's up to 5, right? And then these kills that used to not be possible suddenly can happen. It's definitely what is being abused right now, and for good reason. Now Drake, looking for setup of the 23, they will connect and do a lot of damage. Found Ollie on the rotation, back to the jungle to try and find a creep, but uh-oh. Coming back in with the Pinecone Raider, 23 gonna turn around, nice Lotus. Bosco in some trouble, last touch the armor, is it enough? They're trying to find him in the tree line, but slippery little watermelon. Able to just dive his way out of there. Now Ollie will spot him out finally. The auto attacks. Oh, look at that Pinecone Raider. Cutting him off. Can they get the body blocks? A little Akon shot evasion, but it's not gonna be enough. Beautifully done from Ollie to be a one-man wraparound. That was insane.
Look, Ollie has played, so out of all of his pubs, I'm doing a little bit of research on him. He has played 14 Enchantress games out of the 35 games he's played with an 80% win rate.
Oh, Drake's still gonna get the kill though. Not respecting the blast off, sticks around too long. Perhaps a bit greedy, but that's not gonna stop Ollie. Gets another. I'm the carry now. How dare you disrespect my alpha?
Level 4.
He's
on
level
this
4, dude.
Enchantress.
Bosco knows as well. He's like, all right, buddy. You know, like, can you lay off a little bit? I'm trying to have a game.
Yeah,
here.
chill, brother, chill.
We don't need to be like that. It's we're all Southeast Asia. Okay. 32 last hits for this Koto, but we understand why the puck was picked into it, right? Every single time you get the blast out from the Koto, you just phase shift, and literally nothing happens in that lane. It's just a snooze fest until probably level 6.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a hard matchup for Puck, but it's not one that Puck's gonna run away with.
Yeah.
Maybe come level 6, you have some sort of kill potential on the Coddle. But that blinding light illuminates Solar Bind, right? Like, if he's level 6 as well, you gotta be so careful about using your abilities.
Ooh, nice D-Ward there from Q. Gets it early so he can get the stacks going as well. And yeah, I mean, just so much pressure coming out from this Aurora lineup. Come level 6, I'm fully expecting the Puck to make a rotation up here with how aggressive they're playing, but Armel beats him to the punch. Jotun getting pulled back, but they've already used all their disables. Great recognition from the Ogre Magi to fish himself out of that situation.
This is going to leave Palos alone in this bottom lane for quite a long time. Ogre Magi, he is not the fastest hero.
Armel.
He's got to make some sort of great retreat here.
Armel is on the hunt. There's no retreating. They found him. It'll LSA up the Koto, but they have the blast available. It's not going to connect, but it doesn't matter. Armel finishes off Palos. They knew he was going to be too greedy to leave that EXP behind, and honestly, you can't blame him. He's level 4 right now. You don't want to give Jabs that level 6, 2 level disparity, and then he just arenas you and you die.
I mean, Enchantress is almost level 5, heaven forbid, right? You need that XP on the Lina for sure.
Radiant are scanning.
Dude, the fact that Ollie's coming down here and sapping is crazy. Like,
yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, so this is the thing with the Coddle. Oh my god, Armel, he's just rushing Dagon too. Holy crap, dude.
Nice.
What a Chad build. What a Chad build. Holy moly, dude.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Aurora, they came to play. They were messing around. They're like, all this talk about Cuckoo crushing the qualifiers, we ain't having it.
Yeah.
Well, this spot is ours. Okay.
Cuckoo, he's gonna go for more traditional build. No Dagon rush for this Tidehunter. He's just gonna go for the old standard Vladimir's, which...
Did you just say Dagon rush for Tidehunter? Has that ever been done?
No. Never.
Jeez.
Okay, so Vlad's this game, honestly, kind of meh. Right? Obviously, the Lina likes the Vlads, but that's really where it ends.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall they're still geared up for pretty good timing, but that's if their lanes can find a way to stabilize, right? Aurora, they're at risk of running away with this. Now, it's a huge stack being farmed right now. Yahweh is going to try and intrude and steal some of these creeps. He's successful in grabbing 1 or 2. Not too bad. I mean, necessary move, right? The thing is, you always know the Koto is going to be ramping up way faster than you if you leave him to his own devices. And sure enough, it's reflected in the net worth. Both the Elk and Armel doing so well for themselves.
Yeah, you know, we questioned Armel, no Pango. What can you do? Well, this. We have our answer. Completely destroy the lane and destroy this early game on the Coddle.
Dude, so I was a little bit worried because I was thinking, okay, I saw the first 3 picks and I'm like, okay, how are Aurora going to take objectives, right? You have Mars Koto, you can get kills, but you need a carry that's going to hit the tower. Ollie is doing everything for this team right now. This guy is playing some of the... He's good. He's doing it big style. Like, I don't know, top side, gets double kill, go mid lane, pressure out, secure camps for the Koto. Now at the bot side, he's just occupying space on this edge, being so annoying.
I mean, look at Ollie's net worth right now. right? Compared to the Lina, too. They are so close in net worth.
Mm-hmm.
And Palos, that just, like, he's got really nowhere to farm right now. He has to be so careful. That strip has been warded, so he's not able to farm there anymore. Heaven forbid he get ganked by an Enchantress Mars who would just kill you from full.
Yeah.
And so you've got to kind of, like, run around these outskirts of your jungle close to the tier 2 tower, because if you farm anywhere away from that, you're just dead. There's no rotations to come in to help you at that point.
Yeah, it's literally less than 10 minutes into the game, but it somehow feels like Darling are playing with such fear in their hearts, right? You're constantly worried about maybe Armel just swooping in, getting a freebie. And I believe that Dagon is completed already, so he can just come in. He's extra fast with the boots and the faded brooch. He's just going to get up in there. And all the health pools aren't looking too hot. Sub 1k on most of these heroes other than the Tide Hunter, who has the flats complete, but even that isn't really going to help him out against the instant magic burst that's going to come out.
That was a nice little play by Ollie. Did you see that? He aggroes the little bird there, pulls it back into the low ground just so he can enchant it. Yeah. Right? Didn't even need to show his face. Use your creep for that, baby. Just the little things, right? Shows how well Ollie is playing on this Enchantress and how comfortable he is on the hero.
It's so impressive. I think in recent times we've seen a lot more Chen in favor of Enchantress. As they set up the jabs here, this will be a good pick off for them to get. But the stun isn't actually going to connect. Jab turns around the spear, and with the walls of the arena, now things are troublesome. Blast off, but the lift up is there. Q fishes him straight back in, and Amel gets that freebie. Now they're chasing out the Yahweh as well. Oh, not again. No, you tell me this guy's going to find a stun? Lucky silence. And a bit too quick, but the Solar Bind, you need a jaunt away. Yeah, you can't play around.
Still trying to chase him slow.
Yeah, they're trying to make it to the rune. Okay, Yahweh, he should be fine here. He'll make it back to the safety of his tower.
The Sticky Bomb? No.
No. I mean, even then, you know, your phase shift exists.
Yeah. Oh, really? Puck has that? I
no, you know what's crazy? The fact that that almost was a kill on the Puck. Like, how is that even?
Yeah, it was.
Talos, Laguna Blade available. The setup is there, and jabs. Nice spear back to keep himself up and running for only a little bit. Much needed pickup. They get what they came for initially, but it still comes at the cost, right? 6k gold lead, 2-5. Aurora, they're completely fine with this. The Alchemist is farming up a storm right now. Does he have the
Almost
relic?
Has the Radiance. Almost. Yeah, the Relic coming. Almost has the Radiance.
My goodness.
Thousand Evasion just a little bit further away. Yeah,
you know
very scary.
You know how baller of an Alchemist you need to be to get the Radiance, and then you're like, I'm farming so fast, I shouldn't even bring the courier to me just yet. I'll just bring the full Radiance.
Yeah. Who needs the Relic, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy because I'm hitting creeps anyway. This is a lack of efficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Jotun just got his boots at 11 minutes. That is rough.
Oof.
It's not Nature's Prophet we're talking about here.
No Nature's Prophet.
No. Yeah, smoke out, like you mentioned, Aurora on the hunt. They want to keep up this aggression with that Dagon pickup. And they'd love to get themselves a juicy Palos closing in on his own Maelstrom, spotted out by a beautiful deep ward planted. This man is in some trouble. Gems will try and play it cool, you know. Maybe they've given up the gig here. Amel just appears right behind him. Palos, bye-bye, buddy. Dagon and Amel is dominating.
Well, now Palos knows exactly where the ward is, but the damage has been done already.
True. What can you even do?
Nothing, right? You just have to somehow not get ganked like that, which is so impossible.
I feel like, you know, when this map expansion was first introduced, all carry players unanimously shouted one big hurrah, because they're like, we have so much safe space to farm. But teams are adapting and they're making really great moves into these areas, setting up the vision in place and just catching these carries off guard in areas where they feel like, you know, they technically shouldn't be touched.
It's just one of those scenarios where, like, I don't think, like, carries were rejoicing, but I think at the same time supports were as well, because there are so many now cheeky ward spots that you can couch out the enemy carriers when they think they're safe. Like, that's like half of the name of the ward game.
That's true.
Right, is making sure that the carries aren't safe when they're farming, so you can scout them out and catch them out at any given time in the game.
Yeah, vision in its entirety just boils down to protect carry or kill carry.
If you want to break it down very simply, I think you're kind of on the money there a little.
Yeah. 23. With this Radiance, it feels like he's ready to get active. You pop out the Dream Core and start doing a bit of damage, but you're running into the whole of Aurora. Amel being there during daytime. This is not the territory you can afford to fight in. Yolton will try and fog him. Try and set up the LSA, but beautiful pullback. Yolton doesn't stand a chance. The Ogre Magi takes a tumble. Arena slightly off the mark there. There's the catch out of the Palos as Yowei trying desperately to get away. Successful in doing so. Tower not quite as lucky though. It will be going down soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time coming for this tower, right? As we near like that 15-minute mark, those towers, these, you know, tier 1 towers in the top lane and then mid lane don't really have too much of a reason to be standing. So, right, you kind of want to be taking those out of the picture around 15-minute mark.
So the weird thing for me is with this type pick, it's always seen as a good answer to some of these pushes because you can plant him right in front of the tower and he essentially acts as a defender, right? But Cuckoo hasn't really seemed interested in participating so far. He's focused a lot on his own farm, trying to rush his way towards the pipe to hopefully mitigate some of that, I guess, magic damage burst coming out from Aurora. But you can imagine, at any point in time, maybe if a Ravage in any of those situations, there could be a chance that they burst down 23. He's not super tanky just yet.
No, he's not. He's not there yet, right? And as our observer points out, 23, he is going for the Orchid.
Oh my god, come on.
we look, we knew it was coming, right? We already said this is a decent enough Orchid game.
Sure.
It's great into Puck. To a lesser extent, it's good into Lina as well.
Ollie finally goes down here, just trying to hold that perimeter. And yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's a good chunk of change, mostly because Ollie's had such a great game. And much needed recovery gold for this Puck.
Yeah, Yowei currently top of the net worth right now for his team.
Actually,
I mean, what can you turn it into, though? That's the question. Maybe a 23 kill.
Amplified damage rune, really effective. He needs to get out of here, tries to turn around the stun Dagon! Yowei out of nowhere, Drake trying to get the setup for the blast off, but can't connect! It's a beautiful blinding light, and can the sticky bomb finish off 23? Doesn't seem like it. You need to get out of the proximity mines. Drake is able to seal the deal, but this is looking like an RML triple kill if you ask me. Spear out, and the last touch. This Keeper of the Light is dominating, no Pango, no problem.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Going for a BKB next on the Coddle too. Absolutely crazy.
Beast.
What the... Right, what a Chad build. Dagon into BKB Coddle. You love to see it.
He's absolutely smashing it in this game. And I mean, at some point, we're going to see the full team fight with the Ravage, but that seems like a far away dream for the side of Darling right now. Cuckoo, he's still focusing very much on his own game, trying to get up to the point where he can become that frontliner for his squad and at least buy them the space to do damage. It hasn't really worked out that way, and it seems like Aurora want to address him, want to finally pay some attention. I say that, maybe, and then just going over the room. Oh, beautiful setup into the spear! Oh, you couldn't have asked for anything better, Jabs. He knows how to get things done, that's for sure. Jolton trying to lead them towards those mines, but Shirun on Jabs literally untouched, and they get another 2 kills. Aurora, they are absolutely running away with this game right now.
If you're Darling, you are hoping and praying that this game slows down, but like we said last game, Aurora are showing no signs of stopping, and that's been the name of the game for them pretty much this entire close qualifiers. Right, they're playing heroes like Lone Druid, Troll Warlord. They're playing run at you heroes, take your towers, do the damage as early as possible.
Dude,
and this is where Aurora's comfortable.
This is so cool because it almost feels like, remember the talent of old, they would always be favored in these long games. They drag it out, they play a late game, and then now Amel's in the team, and then they're just like, okay, Amel, what's the plan? Like, what do you want to do in this game? Or how do you want to function in this team? And then Amel's just like, yo, let's just win. Like, let's just win or something, guys. And all of them are just like, come on, 23, stop farming. Let's kill everybody on their team. And then 23 is like, okay, everybody. And then it comes in at the out. It's a really cool sort of refreshing look to this lineup. And I think that's what fans were expecting when we first saw this team put together, or at least them shift from under the banner of talent into Aurora. We were hoping for this level of dominance, and we're getting it right now.
Yeah. I mean, some people heralded them as the best SCA team at that point, right? And I think that still holds at this point too, right? Aurora are looking incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, and right now it seems like Yowei and the gang, they don't really have an answer. This Palos Lina hasn't really had the early game start that it wants. Now, it is ramping up in its own way, one component away from the BKB, and we see what happens when Lina gets to her timings, able to stand and deliver. Somewhere down the line with a Skadi as well, could work down the Alchemist, but Alchemist is like what? How much gold above of her right now? 4k? Close to 4.5?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, Lina, she's going to need Gleipnir. She probably wants BOTs. She needs the BKB. She probably, yeah, you're right, wants a Scotty as well. Like, it's just great this game into all of the heroes on Aurora. But it's a long, long ways away.
Yeah. Not sure what they're really talking about here. Seems to be a little bit of friendly fire.
Yeah, I got nothing, dude. Me.
Don't
ask me.
Pop into you get John X Fire in here to help with the translation, man. That guy's a specialist. He'll word for word live translate the chat and be like, these guys and explain the inside joke. Like, this guy's a agent in the Filipino scene for sure. I wonder what the name alludes to. That's kind of what I'm curious about. Like Darling. Like I mean, if we sort of take it in English context, we can kind of see maybe it's a play on the word Darling. Okay, so Drake having some troubles, unfortunately, with his connectivity. Hopefully that gets sorted out in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, usually these kind of things is like, you just do a little router reset, no big deal, sort it out.
I mean, look, Drake, he's probably one of the most important heroes in this game right now for Darling. Obviously,
without a doubt.
Like, yes. Lina's important. Yes, Puck is important. But Techies is your big setup and what's going to amplify your magic damage. He's the hero that's going to be getting things done for you. He's building a mech, for Christ's sake, right? He's going to be the hero that gets in there, sustains your team, and does as much of this early damage as possible.
Yeah. For now, though, I feel like more so than just the hero's importance, it kind of feels important for this player as well. This really is the first time that he is, I guess, in a way, getting the chance to showcase himself on a larger platform. He's no stranger to these qualifiers before, but, they haven't really been successful, right? So I think same goes for Jotun. We talked about this loosely already. It's funny that usually it's these veteran supports that bring in the fresh young talent that have and give them a chance. And for Team Darling, it's been a little bit of a different story where these supports are getting an opportunity to play with some of the biggest cores in Southeast Asia, period. Right? So there is a certain element of importance that you gotta sort of feel for Drake here. I mean, I sure hope he's able to sort out this issue, but at the same time, it's like if you lose your chance like this, it's gotta sting. Like, it's cool. Just mess around. You can pause if you want. Like, just messing with them.
I think come on, yeah. Give her 1 minute to Team Darling. Okay. No. 23 says no.
5,000 peso per minute. Crazy. Don't give.
23 is not holding any punches though. He's like,
dude,
no.
23 ain't messing around. These guys, they're all chatting, having some fun and stuff like that. Game 1, nothing but voice lines, nothing but business. This game, give some pause time? Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Hell
so
no.
cheap.
5,000 peso, man. Okay.
A little bit more of an extended pause than we would have liked, but Drake, unfortunately, without any internet for now, just going to take a pause from the game, and you can see our beautiful faces here instead. As kind of boring looking at just a Dota screen. You look at our beautiful faces instead.
Look, actually, I don't know, because I'm reading this in-game chat. Kind of goes hard. I'm sure the viewers might appreciate that. They're still talking about what kind of exchange they want to make for pause time, whether it's Gcash or whether they want to, get some kind of transfer going.
What's Gcash?
It's just or you can just assume
like an e-transfer.
Yeah, come on, it's skill of deduction,
okay.
man.
Got
okay.
It. Well, it could be anything. I don't know, dude. Like, what's G Fuel? I don't know. Like,
hey,
gamer cash. You know what I mean?
We only drink. hey, shut your mouth. We only drink monsters on the stream. Okay?
Yeah.
Show some respect. As Aurora, they are very well positioned to just kind of sweep this away, continue their run in the upper bracket. And while we're here, in case you guys didn't catch the other match, funny situation. Blacklist versus Neon. Everyone's like, oh, Blacklist, they're just gonna crush them. The boys of Neon are kind of doing it. Smashed away game number 1, and they're looking to be doing very well in game number 2 as well. So might see a little bit of upsets here and there, but we'll, you know, that's on the other stream. We can catch that if you want. But we should be right back in a bit. There's only a bit of pause time remaining. They're still kind of jostling around in terms of the in-game chat. Just messing around with each other. I mean, these players know each other well, right?
Yeah. Do you think there's any...
No, do you see that? Do you see that? I'm finally living up to my name. It's sneezing a
Oh,
little
the
bit.
sneeze!
Yeah. But someone's cursing me from somewhere, that's for sure.
Yeah. Someone said your name. You're like, oh.
Yeah, someone's like, this guy's so dumb. Again, yeah.
Do you think there's any world where Jotun plays the techies instead of the Ogre Magi?
You might just have to, right? There's 4 minutes left, and while it will be an unfortunate way to end the qualifiers. Rules are rules, right? And you kind of... Dude, you guys are missing out on this in-game chat. Cuckoo just said, because there's 4 minutes left, and Cuckoo's like, yeah, we're gonna replace this pause 4 soon, don't worry about it. I don't know.
See you later, Drake. We've got the insider knowledge.
Nice try, Drake. You gave it your best shot, but your chance is over now. Cuckoo has no remorse. This guy's a stone cold killer. He got business to get down to. Okay.
Yeah,
let's see. Okay.
To be fair, right, Sneeze? This is not the end for Darling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If they go down here, unfortunately, if they go down here to the internet problems, it's not the end, right? They still have the lower bracket run to make.
Dude, can you imagine the funny ass storyline if Darling dropped the lowers, and basically Cuckoo loses to 23, right? And Jabs, like basically Cuckoo and Jabs, I think gotta be some of the most prolific Southeast Asian captains. There's not much else, right? And you think about that, they lose, and then they go to the lower bracket, and where everybody expected Neon to be, there's Blacklist, Cuckoo's old team that he was captaining, that didn't really work out for him on the pause 5. That would be an unfortunate way for Team Darling to go out for sure.
Yeah, would be quite unceremonious, but like we said, they've still got a chance, right? They've got a good head on their shoulders in the form of Cuckoo.
Yeah.
They got a big broad back in the form of Palos as well. So
damn.
Right? They have
I guess, yeah, I guess so.
They have the tools to, they've got the skills to pay the bills and the tools to break the rules.
Damn, wait, did you come out? I feel I've heard that before, but I don't.
Maybe.
Okay, chat is letting us know that Drake did not pay for his electricity in time.
Unfortunately.
Cuckoo just said we can unpause. I'm bored.
I'm bored. Oh my god, they're actually unpausing.
Yeah, they're actually just going. They're just probably gonna control Drake. I mean, we're back in the game, ladies and gents. This is just yeah, Cuckoo's just damn. That's kind of chat though. My respect for Cuckoo just went up by a long shot. He's just like, yeah, I don't care.
I'm bored. Please, let's continue. Yeah.
No, we can make a lower bracket. I came in and played Dota today. I don't know about you guys. Aurora will take this opportunity. They know it's a 4v5 and just continue crushing it in the mid lane. Amel picks up another easy one. I mean, between him and Ollie, they've just been playing so well this game.
I mean, Ollie recognizes that too. He's rushing a Mage Slayer on the Enchantress.
He's I mean, we knew this from the minute 4 mark, right? He's the carry, literally. I don't know what you're talking about.
Step aside, 23, right? I'm the carry now.
23, you just hit creeps. I'll win the game for us. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll hit the heroes, you hit the creeps. Deal.
BKB complete 423 now, flying out on the courier and looking at the AC next for that potential high ground push.
No Orchid? Are you kidding me? Disgusting.
Boo! Unbelievable.
No, but this is the point where, you know, they're down one hero on the side of Darling. Literally, like, it's not like he's dead, but he might as well be at this point. He's disconnected. He's also sitting AFK. Trick. They're ganking him.
I don't think they know he's here. I mean, the main thing for Drake is that you just kind of need to look at him every 20 seconds, place a proximity mine so that if they dive that area, they're in trouble. Speaking of trouble, Guosku getting a blast to the back of the head. The blinding light pulling him back into their clutches as well. Still is very tanky, but they should be able to work him down. The stolen fire blast and the last spear Jabs will kill off his counterpart. Come and pick that one up. Yep, captain's rights.
Yep.
23. Oh my god, was that a solo kill?
No Orchid needed.
How has he found that? That must have just been a jump forward after the orb was used, because Yahweh, there's no way in the world that he kind of just gets caught out like that. We talked about the instant stun when you appear right next to him, and that might have just been the case.
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
No, okay. I'll be honest.
Okay.
This kind of feels like Darling are ready to go to the low bracket, right? As much as you know they're still in the game, they're still playing, they're not just GGing out because of sportsmanship and everything. They just kind of want to get their hands warm maybe for the next game coming up. But I don't know whether they genuinely see an angle to come back. The way that they're playing right now, it doesn't really feel like there's a plan. Maybe they're just buying time until Drake comes back, and that's where they start formally sort of giving it a shot. But 16k gold lead is kind of rough, and all these players seem to be focusing largely on just getting their own game up.
Yeah, right now I think the focus is it's not playing to win. It's specifically not playing to lose.
Yeah.
Right? It's holding on for as long as possible, seeing if Drake is able to make his way back.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. I mean, we already talked about sort of the sentiments coming into this game, and I really just have to repeat it again. I'm sure, like, I don't know what's going on in terms of when people watch this, but I'm sure everyone's thinking like, oh, you know, haha, no electricity. But that's gotta be heartbreaking, right? I mean, all these players coming up from the tier 2 scene, they're just trying to make a name for themselves, and I'm sure Cuckoo's just joking around, but the fact that you might lose this opportunity just because of something like this just it is unfortunate. Is an understatement. And speaking of unfortunate, Yahweh, another kill, the Dagon, it's so strong, and you don't have the HP to survive against it.
No, and that Deso amplified damage on jabs as well was absolutely massive. He's shield crashing for like 900 damage.
Yeah.
That's all of Puck's health pool when you pair that up with the Dagon, right? That's it.
Yeah. Aurora though, not messing around. We see some teams get a bit too comfortable. They are, as we established in game number 1, standing on absolute business here. And just straight into the Roshan. Time to hit some towers. No messing around. Just might run into a minefield that was set up by Drake's shadow puppet though. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, whoever's microing Drake.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would assume Jotun.
I would hope so, because if anyone other than Jotun is microing him, I don't know what Jotun is doing. Like, you're telling me he needs like 200 APM to bloodlust people? I'm an ogre player, I know. We don't need to pretend.
Well, maybe that's why Yowi's been dying, actually. Is because he's been microing the techies.
Yeah, Yowi's in the mid lane trying to plant a mine, and then he just gets obliterated by 23 before he even sees.
Surely, that must be it. Yeah, that's the narrative I'll push, for sure. Couldn't be a mistake from the Puck. Absolutely not.
I think as much as everyone sort of coming into this matchup probably favored Aurora, and I think we did too, right? We're thinking, okay, Darling, you know, are they really all that? Everyone's talking them up. Sure, half of them are the Cuckoo fans, but, you know, they did look pretty dominant. They had some pretty good showings. I guess, you know, even if it was going to be a tour at the end of the day, for it to end this way, you're always going to have that bitter feeling. It's not just doesn't feel good. It's if you lost and you got crushed, you can accept that you got defeated. But right now, there's that lingering feeling of, if we had 5 players, would things have been different? Would we have been able to mount a comeback? Would the script just be completely fit? We talked about it from the start. How crazy would it be if Darling were able to somehow reverse sweep Aurora? But that possibility has just completely gone down the drain, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, how easy is it to play a 4v5, right? Like, it's incredibly complicated, right? There's a lot more going on into just we've lost a hero. Yeah. You've lost another set of eyes on the game as well. Yeah. You've lost someone who, as a support, is able to kind of take a step back and be like, hey, they're ganking. Hey, I'm going to set up vision. Like, there's a lot of little things you lose when you lose a support like this.
Yeah, especially a support like the techies, right? Somebody who can just give you so much info with the mines and make plays happen. He's the key setup, like we mentioned, on top of that Tidehunter. But so far, we have not even seen a single Ravage. Not even one. And
no.
Honestly, as much as the meme lives on, it's not Cuckoo's fault, this game. It really isn't. You know, that lane, it didn't go the way that they wanted it to. Ollie just absolutely beasted on them, outplayed them to such a mind-boggling capacity that the Tide spent most of the game just farming up and making sure that he can actually stand on the front lines. But right now, there's no front line to even hold. You're desperately trying to defend up against 23, who's on your high ground with this Aegis and BKB.
You're just going to pop that Chemical Rage and just not care about really right now the damage coming out from Darling, because it's not there without your techies.
Okay, for what it's worth, they did get him down to low HP, like half HP. Drake, Whoever's microing him is doing the best job that they can, but Amel with the range on that Dagon, it's a bit too strong.
23 still with that Aegis, still with that BKB, just waiting for his team to come join him, which they finally are now. They've gotten the kill on the techies. They've got what they came for. Yeah. They'd love to get the tier 3 tower too.
Dude, okay, realistically speaking, 23, even with his insane amount of regen from level 3, he does have to be careful because the burst potential is there, right? You still are dealing with the Puck and the Lina. And we didn't talk about this from the start, but Pucks nowadays, they like going for this Aghanims just auto-attack type build. Later down the line, the Bloodlust is really going to help Yoe in this regard, right? The attacks coming out from the Dream Coil potentially as well. Just going to pepper in, and 23, even though you have the AC, Alchemist notoriously low armor.
Yeah, that's what the AC's for, though, right? There is some way to help him out. Another pause coming out. 2 minutes. Looks like we might be seeing Drick come back. Good news coming.
Okay, okay. Bosku got the page. 2 more minutes.
He's no longer bored. He's like, fine, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Now you're fish food.
Getting some education now. I believe the correct pronunciation is Yui.
Okay. So we're both very wrong for a very long time. Got it.
It's fine. Okay, it's not fine. All the fans, all the Yui fans, I gotta say it 3 times fast just to really melt it into the brain. Yui, he's back! Let's go. Yeah. Oh. Nah. Just a little.
He was just making sure they were good. Yeah.
He's like, Drake, you for real this time? Yeah. Okay, Drake. He's back, but you gotta feel that pressure. You gotta feel that almost disappointment set in. Is this really how we lose? 4-17 now, 20k gold lead. In the time Drake has been gone, Aurora have just been able to mop up everything they want on the map. And 23
Aegis will be expiring, so I don't know if they're going to feel too confident to push high ground without an Aegis. At least mop up the last tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they might just take it a little chill, right? No harm sort of, you know, continuing to farm up. Your gold growth is still exponentially insane as compared to the opposition. At the same time, I can't help but feel like the longer of a time you give this Darling lineup to recover, might get scary. Bosco finally confident enough to stand on those front lines, not really bothered by the Acid Spray. Look at Yao. No, can't mess this up. Yui is cutting the creep wave magnificently.
Dire's middle tower is under
and that's pretty much all you can do on the Puck right now, right? Yeah. It's so hard to just stand and fight against all of these stuns.
Oh, they found the Lina in the mid lane. Palos, Frost bought the BKB. Can he get out of here? Too much damage. Stolen Laguna. That is not what you want to give over to Q. And they'll just melt you down. Palos out of the game for 60 seconds. You need to make a move on the side of Darling. But where's your Tidehunter? Nowhere nearby to drop a Ravage. Finally shows his face coming in now. Finally, first Ravage of the game only onto Q. They're trying to burst down the Rubik, but he's completely fine. The bombs come down, but Drake goes down as well. Bosku, he's in the middle of all of them. They need to make a great escape. Hidden away into the fog. It is nighttime and can't spot out their opposition. The stragglers on Darling, they're able to escape and continue trying to address these waves. Bosku, you can imagine that he's probably going to stick around and try and cut 1 or 2 more while 23. Nothing but business. We said this from the start. Straight onto the towers. He wants this done.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Gotta be careful. There's a lot of mines in this area.
Minesweeper mode. Ollie sending in the...
That's what the creep's for.
Yeah, crossbow. Oh, Hamel.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Respect the mines, friends. Respect the mines.
Yeah. I mean, can't 23 walk it? Like...
yeah, he totally can.
He's just like, I'm busy. Sorry. Uh-oh, Japs getting set up by Yue here. And seems should be fine. I think they'll be able to finish Japs off at the very least. Cuckoo gonna try and come through and get it done. Lotus fed to him by Ollie. And this guy's been the MVP for sure. Yue still trying to chain him, but all the lift straight into his own death. They don't stand a chance. And Japs survives. The tip comes through. Jotun gonna get melted as well. Any sort of high ground defense you're trying to mount will have to wait for 42 seconds. And even if the Tidehunter was up, he doesn't even have Ravage, so this should be at the very minimum 1 lane of Rags, if not 2.
I'm definitely leaning towards that 2 lane of Rags. As even when they're up, they've got no coil, they've got no Ravage. Pretty much the only thing you're working with right now is the mines and Laguna Blade.
Yeah. Drake gonna come in with the blast off. They're trying to set up the Alchemist, but you don't stand a chance. They're like, oh, no Chemical Rage. They still have the rest of their team. There are 27k gold lead ahead of you. Palos can do nothing but run. The Enchantress just completely clipping his HP. Can't help but feel like this is the beginning of the end. I mean, it's honestly felt that way for a hot minute already, but they're really putting the gas in the tank now and driving it forward now. Yui has reached the point where he's doing a lot of damage, right? He's built the Parasma for himself. He almost was able to kill Jabs off solo. They just need to find a little bit more opportunities like that, where Aurora aren't just grouped up together.
This might be the opportunity where 23 is on the high ground alone, but
Nope.
seems so quickly to respond.
So is Palos. The Abyssal reveal, and Palos is out. 1 minute, the timer grows ever longer. You might have a Ravage, but you can't even pop it. This game's over.
Yeah, it's it. GG.
Yeah. You can respect the grit there. Joking or not, you know, everyone loves Bosco because he's such a funny character, but you know, you gotta imagine that for this team they would have loved to try and put up a bit more of a fight in this game number 2. Unfortunately, not really a possibility with some of the electricity issues.